Welcome back to Rome Boys. On this episode, we roaming away from home. We are in Austin, Texas at the 10th Annual Men's Conference with Chris Stefanick.
Good to be with you guys.
We said that right, huh? Or he said that right?
You did. That was perfect.
Is that Stefanick? Because in Texas it's Stefanick.
Yeah.
Stefanick. Yep. Like panic.
Like Panic Stefanick.
Where's that from?
Yeah, what?
Slovakia.
Oh, cool.
It was Stefanick in Slovakia that came in a boat, landed in New Jersey, and it became Stefanick instantly.
Wow. Okay.
Stefanick. Okay. It sounds like a name that should be on the back of a hockey jersey, and I should have a few teeth missing.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Stefanick, go get the puck. Anyway, that's me.
my wife's half Czech, so yes.
Right.
So dobre, jak se mas?
How do you spell that?
Slovak, totally different.
Yeah,
but same DNA.
Yeah.
Czech, Slovakia, and Poland are like the same ethnic race, but different cultures. And
Very Catholic.
There's your history lesson.
Yeah.
Geography as well.
So.
Something like that.
So just real quick, you just got through giving the conference talk. You've got so much energy. I know that you have an awesome message to deliver because there were tears coming out of my eyes.
Why are you crying?
For real. Even though you're talking about deadlifting, I was crying. Anyways. So
I passed the cry test, buddy. Yes. Yes.
so you know it's cool.
I think I cried the last time I deadlifted. So
Yeah, it's not fun. And I'm probably going to stop that particular exercise. But yeah, go ahead.
You do this all the time, right? I mean, you're pretty busy.
Yeah.
I can see the passion in what you're saying, but this takes you away from your family.
Yeah.
What drives you to do this? I know that's a very broad softball question.
Yeah. First let me say that about the family piece.
Yeah.
Because whether you're doing a ministry or it's your job, you're running a business, more than having less to do, there's a rhythm in life that has to be maintained. Because I rarely do weekend conferences.
Yeah.
And I used to be in a mode where I said yes to every conference that asked me to come, or I worked full-time for a diocese, and then I was gone on all these different weekends. My cue to stop doing that was when I came home from a conference one time, and my wife had locked herself in the bathroom and was crying.
Oh.
Like, maybe
Oh, man.
maybe I should put some order in my life.
Wow.
Because you get sucked into stuff, especially if it's good work.
Yeah, right.
So 90% of what I do is, right?
Yeah, good work. Yeah, it's justifiable in your mind.
The devil's not going to trick you by being like, Chris, man, let's go to this bar and shooting your wife. It's like,
right.
No, I since 8th grade haven't thought that way, but he's going to be like, hey, do 500 conferences. I'm like, cool.
sure,
Right?
why not? That's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So it's about a balance to life. So the central driver in our event world is Wednesday night events.
Okay.
And there's a rhythm of life that we've come to actually foresee, almost enjoy. My wife's like, if I'm home on a Wednesday, she's like, this was my night to sit in bed by myself and read a book. Don't you have someplace to be? So, there's a rhythm that keeps it going. But what started my desire to do this? When I was going into 8th grade, my parents dragged me to a retreat, and I walked in that room, and the joy of the Lord that I saw in the people there just destroyed me. Everything I had thought was cool, that I wanted to be, my secular rock gods, wanted to use girls, I wanted to be rich and famous. Like this is the mind of an eighth grade kid, Generation X, Generation Jeff Spicoli.
I know that, dude.
If you understood that, my condolences. And anyway, stupidest movie ever. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And
we put references in our shows a lot of times, so watch it. Be careful.
No, but when I experienced the joy there, I knew, like, this is it. My life is going to be about sharing this joy. I have no idea what that's going to mean.
Wow, eighth grade.
Eighth grade.
Wow.
Yeah, like I've never wanted to do anything else.
That's
besides
fantastic.
do some kind of ministry. The particular form that took for me has grown over time. It's still growing.
So how does that not translate from an 8-year-old kid? Like, I need to be a priest, right? Like, wouldn't that be a challenge?
I thought I was going to be a priest. I thought like that's the only way to do it. And I realized like once I went to college and started studying some theology of the body and really studying the sacrament of marriage, the sacramentality of marriage, I felt a powerful call to follow Jesus as a married man.
Wow.
Some guys experience it like there's the natural calling, that it's a supernatural calling to stay celibate for the kingdom. Not because marriage is bad, but because like, hey, there's something that the marriage points to that's even better that we live in now for those who are called to it. But there was, for me, I experienced marriage as a supernatural calling, I guess you could say, that I felt like I'm drawn to the Lord. Like a sacrament is a sign, an efficacious sign instituted by Christ to give grace, right? It's a sign, and what it symbolizes happens. In the Eucharist, you have the symbol of a body and blood. It becomes Jesus. In marriage, you have the symbol of Christ and the church. What happens there? When it's raised up to the level of a sacrament, you actually sacramentally encounter God in that relationship and become a source of his love for people who come near that relationship.
You just blew my mind.
That captured my heart, blew my mind. It was like, that's what I want. Anyone will do. Where's the first woman? No.
Yeah.
I mean,
most kids can't even declare a major in 8th grade. You had your path. That's awesome.
Well, that came in college. The path came clear in college. And then I met my wife and fell in love.
Amen.
Yeah, it's been a beautiful path.
Yeah, the world's better because of it,
You
Chris.
definitely are pretty much an expert when it comes to joy. I mean, I got to hear you speak at the Fullness of Truth conference in San Antonio back in August, and got to hear it again today.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, there's a difference.
Yeah.
There was a difference in kind of the tone of it, because at the Fullness of Truth, that was a family conference, and it was more geared towards the family. Today was more, I think, in your face, challenging to guys.
Good.
That's what I took out of it. There was a difference there, because you were.
Thanks, brother.
I mean, that's
for me. It's always different.
That.
Yeah, for me, it's always different. I mean, there's a lot of different talks I give. Right now, I'm incessantly repeating this message about joy. It's my heart's so taken up by this. The world needs it so bad right now, so bad.
And you know this, man.
I need it right now. I mean, the past few years of the pandemic, the suffering. I mean, as a guy who's, it could have been worse. We're all in the same sea, but not all in the same boat. But I had a ministry that was also a business. I had 7 employees, and it was all event driven.
Yeah.
I'm 97% extroverted on the personality test. It's almost a disability for me. and that to have all that taken away was the biggest challenge to my joy, to have it taken away, my ability to provide for employees.
Yeah. No.
Man, the burden of that. And the Lord was telling me that joy that drew you to me when you were a kid, that joy that maybe has come naturally to you, let's get intentional. Let's lean into the charism that's now under attack.
Wow.
Let's be intentional about it, because every charism everybody has, the devil knows it, he hates it. God's calling you to glorify him in your own particular way. But you got to be intentional about pushing back. So for me, that book came out of a lot of my own struggles, and then getting intentional about being joyful and claiming that and fighting for it.
At the same time you were going through those struggles, I can tell you that with our 6 daughters all huddled up in the living room, we did an exercise where we created our family mission statement. And the first words of that is to bring joy, to genuinely serve.
Punch it.
And live life to the fullest.
You're a good father. That's incredible.
I don't know. I'm not just trying to brag for the camera here.
No, you read Pat Lencioni stuff about
absolutely.
Family mission statement?
Yeah.
He's a good friend of mine.
Is he really?
Oh, yeah.
You just became a celebrity in my mind.
Yes. Finally.
5 dysfunctions of a team.
Move over, Scott Hahn. He's a new top dog. He lives when he preaches.
Does he really? This is awesome to hear. Yeah. I'm so happy to hear it.
He's incredible.
Well, great. So on that point, I love
Lencioni. Lencioni. If you hadn't heard of him, look up like Family Mission Statement, Pat Lencioni. Plug into what he did. It's so cool.
It's life changing. Yeah. Our kids will never forget it, and talk about that generational just development and spreading the gospel.
Perfect.
It's awesome to see you as a father of 6 and a great husband. Still out in the world doing great things, spreading the gospel.
Yeah.
So
thanks, brother.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Is you're a grandfather too?
Times 2.
times 2. Awesome.
Wear it so well. That's great.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. So,
a little less well every passing year, but we're trying.
where can our viewers find you and your book? Tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, reallifecatholic.com is our apostolate's mission homepage. We share the love of Jesus and help others do the same.
Amen.
So we do that through live events, through shareable media that a lot of people, for the first time, think, that's the Catholic 2-minute clip I want to share with my non-believing friend.
Yeah.
It's the stuff I try to create, and then through empowering people to do small groups.
Excellent.
So we produce resources that help people get together with friends, share faith together. I'm convinced that it's not only personally renewing, I think it's the renewal of the church is waiting for us, and Catholics starting to actually live communally together and form supportive communities. The book, Living Joy, there's some on our website. I think we sold out. We've printed 80. There's been 80,000 of those printed that have sold out. There's still some on. It's a need right now, man. Oof. There's still some on Amazon that people can find, and then the program, which it's sold. But I'm going to give you a way to get around that. If you text the word joy to 44144, you'll be signed up for it. Look at the bottom of the screen. So joy to 44144.
Excellent.
Are you going to put up a graphic on the bottom of the screen?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hold on, let me go with my hands. Joy to 44144. Does that do it?
That's perfect.
No,
perfect.
Awesome.
Joe's the guy. Perfect. Okay.
Giving me a challenge. Thanks.
Now we're going to light it on fire.
I can do that too.
Yes. And now we're just going to wash it away. Okay, go ahead.
You got a gift, my friend. You got a gift.
Excellent. Well,
That
thanks
one's
for
gonna be
everything. I know that everyone that hears what you have to say is in some way affected because I was one of those guys, Chris. So thanks. As a convert, I can say thank you for a lot of folks that I've helped through RCIA and just keep fighting the good fight, man.
Dude, thanks for what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for what you're doing, man.
Appreciate
God
it.
bless you guys.
Well, I
All
would
right.
say one more thing before we let you
Joe
go
does.
is that, how did you come up with that question for guys that we never ask each other? I mean, it's so tough to answer that question because we don't.
How are you?
Yeah.
There's got to be like an acronym for that because it's too long.
I know. Usually it comes off as
Hey.
dude.
Hey.
He's the farmer,
Dude.
by the way. So
Yeah.
that's perfect.
What kind of farm?
Cotton farmer.
That's amazing. Awesome.
Yeah, I sit
So
on the
from
tractor
now on,
all
you
day
just say,
long,
hey.
and I'd social distance before it was cool.
like Sasquatch.
I'm not sure it's cool.
I'm an extrovert too.
I hear you, buddy.
But I sit on the tractor for hours at a
That's
time,
awesome.
and it's like, I don't talk to anybody. And it's nice.
We're good at complicating things. When I think about small group ministry, one of the reasons I don't think it's become a brush fire in the church like it's supposed to is because it usually comes with a very thick binder.
Right.
Here's how to become a small group leader.
Yeah.
You can also just have friends over, crack open a beer if you're 21 or coffee, and say, "How are you really spiritually? Let's check in." And then you can watch a resource if you want to. Like my Living Joy has small group questions with it, and but then end with how can I pray for you? And then you're good. It's life changing.
That's how Rome Boys was founded. Honest to goodness, the three
Praise
of
God.
us sat around and did the same thing. So
It's awesome.
Talking about the faith, just visiting, and thought, hey, let's put up a camera and see what happens next.
Awesome.
It's like, hey.
Yeah.
hey,
Dude, I wish I had 2 hours. We're getting summoned.
yeah.
God,
Let's
I
go.
love you, man. So
Thank
good to
you,
be with you
brother.
guys, man.
Take care.
Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
Be bold.
be real.
Be
Be
Catholic.
Catholic. God bless.